Right now, Chris Edgerton with you for this one on the rest of the Fever team. And while we already know the 4 playoff teams that will come from Group C, we just don't know which order they will qualify in. 2 rounds of fixtures still to be played, including this one, of course. Jerusalem at home. Well, it is the immovable force against the irresistible objects, you might say. Jerusalem so good at home. Bamberg so handy on the road. Now you see the results that have taken place already. Antwerp over Dijon last night. Jerusalem and Bamberg going toe-to-toe here. Plenty of fans in good spirits inside the arena already, of course. And why wouldn't you be, given that Jerusalem lost just one of their 6 home games so far in the Basketball Champions League. Bamberg, on the other hand, well, they've done ever so well, 4 from 6 on the road themselves. That shows you just how tight it is. 2 points separating the 3 teams from 2nd to 4th. Dijon, Linkebellis and Nidberg can't catch them now. So it will be a case of how these teams are separated going into the playoff draw. And of course, both teams with plenty of star names that have shown what they can do over the course of the season. Jerusalem packed with talent, not just Stoudemire, but Chris Johnson. Feldin in particular has been right on the money. But let's look at Bamberg first. Under new management, of course, now under Federico Perego, and he's decided to leave out the 19-year-old Henri Drell from proceedings tonight. Therese Rice, can he perform on foreign soil? It's been a feature throughout his career, but Feldin, very much a man in form right now. Good 27 points in the BBL at the weekend, so he's very much on the money right now. As for Jerusalem, so much talent. Feldin, well, what a surprise it would be. What not a surprise it would be to see him perform. Butler, Owens, Thomas, Jacobin, Brown too, as well as Stoudemire, who's scored 18+ points from the bench on his last 3 Basketball Champions League games. So much to look forward to on both of these teams. But there's only one man that we can really start with. Stoudemire. Doesn't seem that long ago when he was draft picked by the Suns in 2002. He does have an advantage in that he is a co-owner, of course, of Hapoel Jerusalem. Overall in the league this year, 12.5 points per game, 6.3 rebounds. But this is the opposition. And they have something to prove, of course, given that they lost by just 3 at home in Germany to Jerusalem. And those head-to-head factors can be so important in the context of the season, and so much relying on Rice. Can he deliver on the road where he has failed to do so? To give you an idea of just what a contrast he is, he's not made double-digit points on the road at all this year, but he's averaging over 20 points at home. Can you work that one out? Not sure. I can, to be fair. Well, let's see the introductions. With Ricky Hickman in the centre of your screen there. First man out, the man from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Then it's Rice. No Nikos Thesis, he hasn't made the trip, so you'll see Yahav playing an important role. I'm sure there's Alinde, Elias Harris, Augustine Rubin, of course, Cliff Alexander, doing ever so well in his first season in Europe. Patrick Hetland there, Bryce Taylor. All under the direction of Federico Perego after Arnaz Pagatskis was fired 2 weeks ago. Now, one of Jerusalem home crowd sounding in good voice already. You're enjoying yourself already, aren't you? Coleman Brown very much in the mood. These the high scorers in the Basketball Champions League as well, averaging 89.8 points per game. They're so solid on three-point defense as well. Do they have an advantage rebounding offensively? The stats are similar, but in terms of the ratios, but they've managed to just secure a few more offensive rebounds than Bamberg have all season long. Don't get yourself injured, Jacobin, come on. So much talent. Felding, we've already mentioned. Samir Black, meter 90, but packs a serious punch at point guard, at guard. Chris Johnson, of course, of Orlando. Josh Owens, Deshaun Thomas, and Brown, last man onto the court. So much enthusiasm, and you've got to love it. And has he got the moves to impress his coach, Jared Kadash? For a few years on his opposite number, Perigo, but yep, much bigger test than going to the Jerusalem Arena and taking on Hapoel. And good to see Rice getting one or two welcomes from the opposition. I don't know that it was entirely friendly, however. There's your referees for tonight from Greece, Italy, and from Russia. Let's take a look then at the Bamberg starters. And it'd be interesting to see who Coach Borrego's choices are. You'd expect Rice and Yahav to be involved. There you go, Rice, Yahav not on the starting list, but Rubin, Alexander, Daniel Schmidt, such an important part of the shooting. Maurice Stucking has got to start performing from three-point range, and he will be tested thoroughly by Hapoel's offensive defensive perimeter, I should say. There is the man. Well, is he going to be there long-term? All sorts of rumours that the likes of Sasha Obradovic could be on his way to Germany. Doesn't help a team get back on track, does it? As expected, Stoudemire remains on the bench. Felding, Butler at the heart of that starting unit for Jerusalem. Just to remind you, these two teams have already qualified for the playoffs. But given the three-point margin between these two teams in Germany, with Jerusalem on top, 88-85, Bamberg's goal will not just be to win here. Can they overturn that three-point margin on the head-to-head? Because it's looking a little tight in terms of qualification from either second, third, or fourth, especially after Antwerp.
Compete! Let's go!
Let's go!
Jerusalem 22 points, Bamberg 20, Antwerp now on 20, having played one game more. And the final games to come, incidentally, next week. Well, you'll see Bamberg taking on Nürnberg, Jerusalem at Dijon, and Antwerp have the small matter of taking on Ike in Greece. Look at this atmosphere. It's going to be something rather special for you to enjoy over the next hour and a half or so. And I hope you'll stay with us. We'll keep you posted up to date on what's happening in the other games tonight. No other games in Group C, as you've already seen. Plenty of action from the rest of the Basketball Champions League in Groups A, B and C. So we're just about all set. Jerusalem, as you can see in the black and white, Tamir Black, such a key influence from the backcourt. We shall see how things develop. Therese Rice in the familiar headband. So important that he delivers for Bamberg and delivers on the road. Great atmosphere inside the arena, but it's Bamberg who start things off, and Rice at the point, as you would expect. Inside, Rubin unable to gather it, and immediately the first turnover gets Jerusalem ball. Butler. And here is Felding, such a key part of all that Hapoel Jerusalem do well recently, a man very much in form. Only finds out on that occasion, and the quick turnaround puts Rice in for the easy layup, and that'll settle him down nice and early. Mentioning his record on the road, Rice, as Black can't find nets, and away come Bamberg. It was a feature of his college career, Therese Rice. Really performed on the road with Boston College either. Looking for a little bit more from him with his new coach in these intimidating surroundings. Things are still finding their feet a little. Felding, there's Owens. Butler, the inside to Thomas under close protection from Stuckey, and back to Thomas. Back out, kick back out. Still Jerusalem unable to find any points so far. Kentash already looking a little frustrated. Not that he's always a happy camper anyway. Rice puts it up. Ooh, that's distinctly average. He's claiming there was a piece on it from a Jerusalem player. You can work the officials as much as you like, but it's still up to them to make the call. Butler driving in from the low post. Black in the corner. Butler with the rebound, and foul called on Rice, I think. Nice easy layup. Getting the first points of the game, but he's been heavily involved since then. Butler then with the first of two free throws, Sean Butler. It's of course picked by the Miami Heat in 2010. Enjoying his first season in Israel amongst this stellar company that they've assembled. Here though is Bamberg. Rubin. Not going to get any traction. Nice kick back outside to Rubin from Stuckey, but unable to convert. A lot of intensity so far, but that's nice from Black. But Owens was caught in traffic there. Good block. Gets some space for Bamberg, but they opt to just check back for a moment. Here's Rice. Alexander giving him some help momentarily, but Rice was on himself. Oh, denied to Sean Thomas. That's going to be a feature already, isn't it? Basket won't count as Jerusalem draw the foul. Now watch this. Just Thomas never let him through, did he, Rice? And with that advantage, 2 meters 3 over 189, Rice has got to have a bit more gas than that. Rice hooked out of the game. Very interesting. After just 3 minutes and 1 second of play. Hickman in as Jerusalem continue. Butler skipping this way and that. Oh, just nicely, doesn't he? Schmidt, a virtual spectator. Now Jerusalem lead for the first time. Stucky with Feldine in close attendance. Exactly, a lot of movement ahead of him, but it will still be Bamberg ball with 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Schmitz, we're going to drive it back out. No, the kick back to Stucky. He's got to convert from that. Comes with a reputation as a shooter, but he's just not done it consistently enough. Just 5 from 29 outside shooting so far. To Sean Thomas though, in the move. Jerusalem now looking to get right on top here. Once again, Bamberg unable to convert. Hickman. Butler for 3! This arena comes alive again and provokes the timeout too. They are imposing themselves here, Hapoel, aren't they? Bamberg don't know what hit them. Coach Borrego having to bring them back to the bench.
Play on the slips against the switching defense. Otherwise, we put support. Okay? Use the skill, you play as a pointer. But guys, be cool and attack them. Take up a shot. Nothing changed. Take up a shot, play with confidence. And our defense more physical. More physical. Come on, guys. Now we're ahead.
Well, Butler had so much time and space, didn't he? Rubit just even allowing him inches, there's more feet. All on his own, completely open. And those red shirts are off on their feet once again. Did he clip the other line there? Right in front of the official. So he should have had the best of views. Far from conclusive. .5:49 to play in the opener. And already Brose Bamberg under real pressure. Schmidt. Here's Hickman, Therese Rice. Still out of the game at the moment. Alexander. Can't settle into the game. Foul call. You're already sensing this could be a good night. Not that you'd get any indication for the face of Vernon Katas. One of the more serious-minded players you can see. Now Alexander makes way. Elias Harris into the game for Bamberg. Blatt. Feldin, all on his own, drives it up. Oh, what a rebound that could have been. Goes to Sean Thomas, in the end it's Bamberg ball. Hickman battling away, Schmidt. And well done indeed. Elias Harris, his first contribution of the game. Great body control and under serious pressure. It was nice vision from Schmidt to pick him out. Nothing Thomas and Butler can do except call for the officials to get the whistle out. All in vain. Harris then adds the and one. 4-point game. Early doors here. Thomas. Sean Butler steps away for a moment from Hickman, but if they're going to do that, he's got to make sure of points from it. Harris with a low post. Oh, steps away from Butler, while Thomas is in there quickly. Nothing he can do. Legally, that is. Harris already making a difference since he's come onto the court as well. Here's Black for Jerusalem. Gets the screen. Owens. Corner it goes. Feldin off the rim. Just tightening up ever so slightly here right now. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first. Harris once again. A little nudge from Thomas. Not a happy camper right now. There's more changes made. Thomas steps out. That's his second foul. Incidentally, on the Jerusalem roster has picked up 1 foul at the moment. Rubin. Reese Rice with 2 early fouls, of course. Stuckey with 1 for Bamberg. 2 from 2. Means we have a tight game. Hackman in, Stuckey out for Bamberg. Stoudemire into the game for the first time, as you can see, out of Schmidt, but Schmidt cuts out the pass from Owens, I beg your pardon. It's Hackman. Man from Mainz, went to Boston College, same college as Reese Rice, of course. Here's Harris, the fadeaway. Oh, he'll take that. And what a contribution he's made. Perfect shooting so far. Black, bounce pass, unable to be gathered by Stoudemire. Let's watch this again. Lovely vision from Hickman, and then the fade away from Harris. Getting drop of luck we all need from time to time. Harris no call for the foul there though, as we see Jacob Brown into the game for the first time. Lewis Alinde into for Bamberg. Here's Feldin. So dangerous in that position, but to get a point so far. 0 from 4 at the moment. Given away. And here is Feldin this time, floats it up, but draws the foul from Patrick Hetman. Mentioned Feldin's terrific game at the weekend. He's been 40% shooting from 3-point range, averaging over 17 points per game. Here we'll go to the line. Bamberg already in foul trouble. May not be too much of a concern at this stage. So have to keep an eye on that over the course of the rest of the game. Tied at 11 then. Linde. Back it goes. Hickman's got to put it up off the rim. Kobe Brown comes away with it for Jerusalem and goes to the top of the key. Real intensity about this so far. Look at that from three-point range. It's combined 1 from 8. There's Harris. Draws the foul. From a high up. So Jerusalem. A lot of rotation from the roster already. There's 8 players so far in this opening quarter. As St. James Foley given a break, and Eliyahu, who becomes the 9th player to see court time. Harris. Hickman. To the corner it goes, but out of bounds. Bryce Taylor unable to pick it up. Incidentally, Bamberg getting through 10 players so far in this opening quarter, so having in mind these two teams have definitely qualified for the playoffs. You're going to see a fair bit of that from the coaches tonight. Feldin gets the screen from Stoudemire. Mahayan steps back in the fader. Is no good. Hackman all on his own, floats it up. Oh, that's nice. Young German prospect with plenty to offer on that evidence. He's 6 years of age, mind you. He's got to start turning it from prospect to product. Stoudemire with a rebound. And this game remains tight. A fascinating final quarter on this evidence, but what about that? Hickman picking out a Linde for the dunk. And for once, Bamberg on top in the paint as Linde gets a piece of that one. Hickman will regather it. Very encouraging start this for the Germans. As they draw another foul inside the paint, a high end this time too. What about this from Hickman? He's been heavily involved so far, and Linde's going to bury that. Still, Therese Rice sits things out. Admittedly with 2 fouls, but it was still a surprise to see him given the hook as Stoudemire is drawn for the foul on a Linde. Let's watch this again. The Alvin all a little unnecessary. I suspect Louis Linde might not forget that in a hurry. And now Jerusalem in foul trouble for this particular quarter at least. 2 from 2 from Linde. 4-point game. Coach Barrigo quietly content with this, I'm sure. Stoudemire battling away against Harris. Draws the foul from Harris, and that's a few bits of conversation as well. Harris reaching in there. And there's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. And Stoudemire's not afraid to let him know what he thinks. Harris there with 2 fouls, and that's a blow for Bamberg. brigade are in full voice at the moment. It is quite a place to watch your basketball. Not just in Jerusalem, but of course in Tel Aviv, elsewhere. If you ever get the chance, you really have to take it. As these players must as well. 2 points up. Hickman gets away from behind for now. Alexander with Stoudemire and his back. Stolen by Owens. Second differential, just about on the shot clock and the game clock. Jacob Brown taking his own sweet time, puts it up himself off the rim and in. And Jerusalem lead with the last Hail Mary. It's not the worst effort you've ever seen. Brose Taylor not too far away. But there's just a point separating these two teams in a very, very closely fought contest. Jerusalem take the first, 18-17. Bamberg unable to convert at all from three-point range, just showing what a good defensive system Jerusalem have on the perimeter. Rice got the first points on the board, but then picks up 2 quick fouls, which meant he was out of the game very early on. In fact, Rice has only played 2 minutes 53 so far. Jerusalem were in the ascendancy to Sean Thomas, as loud and proud as ever. Elias Harris then did his bit for Bamberg to get them back into the quarter. As seen here, good body control to get away from Butler and Thomas. Hyatt unable to convert, and then Patrick Hetman all the way around. Great layup. And it was only a little late flurry that allowed Jerusalem, with the help of Amari Stoudemire, to get their noses in front by the end of the quarter. Well, Butler will take his seat. Looks like Rice is still going to be sitting out for the start of the second quarter at least. We begin the second quarter with Tamir Black into the game for Yahav for Jerusalem. Brown needs some help from Stoudemire. There's Black. Close it up, looking for Stoudemire. Oh, what a play from Stoudemire! Such strength to make it. That's a surprised look on his teammates, because they're not sure how he did it either. Look at this. Gets past Hickman, and Alexander's too late to the party. Foul called on Ricky Hickman. They're starting to build up now for Bamberg. Hickman his first. Heckman's got 1-2. As you know, Harris and Rice are on 2 fouls each as well. Brose Taylor. Hickman drives it up himself, but finds a Linde in the corner. One-point game it remains. This is going to be nip and tuck all the way through, you would think. Jacob Brown, a Hyatt, Stoudemire. He's lost it. Away comes Hickman. A little stumble in the end, and despite Hyatt's best efforts, you can't get away. They will draw the foul from Alexander. quite what you would call a full-on game here. But the intensity is starting to build between these two teams who fought out a terrific game in Germany. .88-85 it's finished in Bamberg as Rice returns for Hickman. And Linde out for Manolis Kulboka. And Alexander, incidentally, called for an unsportsmanlike. Hence why you're seeing a high and all unchallenged at the free throw line. Perfectly reasonable call as well. Here is Kulboka. Stottlemyre, Blatt. Taylor. There's Stottlemyre down the lane. Strong from Alexander. I think he's drawn the foul from the veteran as well. There's his second foul, so it's certainly physical. Good team commitment from both these teams as they vie for second place in Group C in the Basketball Champions League. Keep posting on the website, of course. Rice, all on his own. He's got to take responsibility. Off the rim, Alexander can't get there. And away comes Brown. Drives it up himself! Jacoban Brown. Two from three so far. There's Rice once more. 1 from 4 so far for the star guard in the Bamberg colours. Nice over the top to Alexander, he won't miss that. Nice from Rice. Platz gets away, but not for long, and we'll see who the foul is called on there. Let's look at that assist again though from Rice. Steps away. And Owens is left all at sea as Alexander just plucks the cherry from the tree. Stottlemyre for Jerusalem. Brown away from Rice. Bounce pass to Stottlemyre. Simple as that. Very quietly. It is relatively limited minutes on court. He's having a very, very effective period as Alexander's called for a travel. Well, this is a good spell, this, for the home team. Too many turnovers from Bamberg creeping in. Stottlemyre's been on the court for only around 7 minutes of play. 3 from 4 from the field. 9 points to his name. Here he is again! Amari Stottlemyre. Well, you just know he's got the class, and it's a privilege to watch him. 7-point lead. Bamberg needs something at the moment. Here's Kulboka. Getting a little cold right now for Bamberg, but that helps. Hickman plucking it out of the sky. Alexander from the low post up against Stottlemyre. Oh, that's some good hook shot, that. All about the circumstances. Bamberg really needed that with 6:20 to play in the half. Brown, Stottlemyre, always there waiting for him, isn't he? Brown cut out. And Stottlemyre will take a seat. Look, what a good few minutes that has been. 11 points. They love him. 7 minutes and 47 seconds, 11 points, 4 from 5. Couple of rebounds thrown into. And here's Owens for Jerusalem. Platt. Hammering out on the shot clock. 3 seconds. Offensive foul. It was Owens. Sean Thomas incidentally brought him to start him up. All about what Bamberg can do now. Rice. Away from 2, here's Schmitz with the fake. Draws the foul, and so frustrated is Deshaun Butler. It was very, very cute as Felding comes in for Jacob Brown is standing on the Bamberg side. Rather dramatic, you have to say, from Schmidt, but Butler has been done. I don't know that Odex Katash was particularly impressed with that goal. And the corner it goes, oh, beautifully put away. Patrick Hetman from that left-hand side. And that's a 2-point game, and Bamberg have responded here. Butler, bounce pass, finds Owens. And these entertainers from Hapoel Jerusalem still turning it on. Out to the corner it goes. Golboka didn't even touch the iron. Expect more from that. Travel called on to Sean Thomas. It's fast, it's loose, we've turnovers aplenty. And it's exhilarating to watch at times. Of course, Jerusalem, the great entertainers. So many more points than everybody else, 89.8 as Hetman steps out. He's had a good little contribution off the bench. Rubin steps in, Schmitz floats it up towards Alexander, but Thomas is waiting for it. Here's Felding for Jerusalem. Platt, 4-point game. There's Thomas to drive it up the lane. Still, Bamberg can't quite get back on terms. Golboka underarm towards Rubin. Going to do it himself. Oh, made that look easy, didn't he? Now is where Bamberg needs strong defence. Schmidt trying to get back to Blatt, but can't. There's Butler in the corner. Golboka, how did he get past there? Oh, it's come off the glass. And Thomas picks up the rebound and the 2 points. Schmidt now. Golboka. Be annoyed that Butler got ahead of him on the previous play. Didn't seem as if there would be room for him, but Thomas, that's the good five that he is, right on hand, and Thomas will now step out. Jacob Brown into the game for Bamberg. Some pass from Schmidt, find Rubin. Rice from way back. Off the rim. What a terrific rebound from Rubin. Great energy. Coach will love the hustle there. 6 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be Rubin, is it? Won't find the basket. But he has drawn the foul. Black not entirely thrilled with the circumstances either. Brown called for the foul, and Rubin is okay so far. 1 from 3 from the call. timeout call, with Jerusalem just getting their noses in front here. And it's Bamberg who call the timeout. Down by 5, 3:34 to play in the half.
We ice it. We ice it on that side. When you see the middle with his left, we ice it. On the other block, we stay 1-on-1. Remember being active on the ball. We need more stats. Okay, they were acting a little bit on the side pick and roll also. More stats, stay more together. You had a great half. Slide and the whole back.
Well, the game crew just consulting on something with the table officials here. It's been intriguing stuff so far. I'm going to just look at this again. Rubit putting up the shot. Well, never has been decided. It's all in the past now. 3:30 to play. It's Jerusalem ball. Sean Butler. Solding. Pressure and pace on the perimeter. Owens kicks it back out. Butler goes it alone himself. Goes out. Bamberg get the opportunity. Rice, Schmidt, Rubit, Kulboka and Alexander on the court. Over the top towards Kulboka. There's Black for company. There's a height differential. Kulboka can't connect. 0 for 3 now. There's Black in offense this time. Draws the foul from Schmidt. Kitzhaus will be very content with this first half display so far. Win tonight wouldn't confirm that second place, but I think they're going to struggle to be caught with 1 game remaining as Black nails it for the corner. Rice. They've just got to get just a little bit closer. Kulboka for 3. That's another miss. There's a nudge in the back from Alexander. The foul called against the big American. Correction, of course, if Jerusalem do win tonight, then they'll be guaranteed at least top 4 place. Top 2 place, I should say. Very smoothly done from Black. Rice out of the game for Bamberg, as is Kulboka. He's not had a great night so far. Hickman and Stuckey in. Where did that come from? 10-point game. Jerusalem perfect from the line. Hickman needed to spark something. Here's Stuckey. Doesn't get a lot of help from Rubit in the end. Just being double teamed, but Rubit just rolls out. Very unlucky from right at the edge of the perimeter. Brown will take it on himself, and Jerusalem are in real control now. They've stretched the lead to 13, and Bamberg don't know what's hit them. Going round now with 8 points, 3 from 4 from the court. It's another timeout called by Bamberg. And Coach Borrego's real issues now.
We are looking down that they have a different matchup when we stop. We know the target, we want to post him up. And now also now the 5. So Slade pissed off 5. And we have Lewis here. We have Schmidt here. Ricky, you are here.
There is screen. Just dive to the middle. Okay? We get some good shots out of it. Hey, JB, we said, move it on that post, on that block, we send him ice. So there, you got to talk to him. Yeah, okay.
Well, here was Brown. A bit of luck in the end. He absolutely drained that particular three. He has been terrific from outside. 2 from 3. 3 assists as well. And he's going to take a well-earned break on the sidelines. Can't blame him either. Minute 19 to play. Bamberg with all sorts of issues as Rubit is crowded out. Jerusalem showing what they're made of here. Butler from the corner, yet another dagger. 16 points the advantage. This is some run. And this is quality opposition as well. These are no mate weights. Schmidt to Hickman. In there is Butler. High, I beg your pardon. But they just can't do anything, seemingly, Bamberg, to get some sort of presence in this game right now. Seldy picking out Butler, and you knew that was where that was heading. Timeout called by Jerusalem, but really, this is some run, and their best run of the night.
We go 5 side. We go 5 side. James, on the weak side. Josh, start low, make sure you get through the gate. We're going to run it simple. Go 5 side. One of you, just get the ball. James, you start and you play again. James, you get the play instead of go get it.
If they were to secure this second spot, Jerusalem, just to explain what happens in terms of the playoffs, they'll be ranked in the second group of seeds. There'll be a playoff draw at the end of the regular season. There will be one of the third place teams competition. The only stipulation is they can't meet the same team from the same group. Though I doubt Bamberg will want to take him on in this mood. And Sean Butler this time. 4th and 6. Bamberg just desperate to get in the locker room right now. Schmidt, Alinde, beautifully put away. Maurice Stuckey still only cuts the lead to 16, and this will be the last play. And you can hear the sigh of relief from the Bamberg bench. Blatt. Oh, it's drained again. It's Feldy this time. And is there a better way to finish the half than that? 52 points, 34 in that second quarter alone. They have run riot here. Hapoel Jerusalem, 52-33. And the Bamberg players look shell-shocked heading back to the locker room, and the difference is surely in the three-point shooting. 3 from 12 Bamberg, 7 from 14 Jerusalem. Little bit of a difference in terms of the offensive rebound, just enough. Couple of blocks in there too, but really, how do you take Jerusalem on when they've got so many options? Stoudemire leading all scorers with 11. So many weapons. Butler, Owens, Jacobin Brown, of course, too, as well as Stoudemire. There's your top scorers. And here's some of the key moments of that first half with Rice, the early layup, but then he picked up a couple of fouls. Maybe that was a signal that it was going to turn. Thomas with the block on Rice. Butler leading Schmidt and company a merry dance. Owens round the back to Thomas down the lane. Every time that Bamberg thought they got in the game, Jerusalem just seemed to notch it up a gear. There's more pace, there's better ball movement, much more variety. Sean Butler once again showing what he can do. Lars Harris briefly made something of an impact for Bamberg. 7 points in 4 minutes and 35 seconds, but then he picked up 2 fouls. Heckman with the Euro step. And the layup. Feldy, he'd close out the quarter. And Stoudemire finishing off on that occasion. Alinde. 7 points for Bamberg so far. Now into the second quarter. Stoudemire getting past both Alexander and Hickman. Hickman doing a little bit more of himself before kicking the ball out to Alinde. And this is the point where Bamberg were just starting to be edged out. Rice over the top towards Alexander, of course, but Jacobin Brown was getting into the groove. Bounce pass to Stoudemire was put away with authority. Still as good to watch as ever. Hackman, another moment where he's had a chance to shine, but they've been few and far between. Butler, another bounce pass to Owens. This time to Mir Black to Sean Thomas. And really it's been the story of the night so far. With Jerusalem, so many options. Bamberg perhaps defensively slightly up on their heels. There's Borrego. Don't know quite which way to take it. Here's Brown to Black for the corner. And that really did confirm the dominance that Jerusalem were enjoying at that point. Ruber unable to convert. And then all the way down the court comes Jacob Brown, single-handedly, showing how simple this game of basketball can be, even if you don't have a mascot to dance with. Black, and eventually Butler once again. Three-point shooting, by the way, overall. Jerusalem 7 for 14. This was the last act. Fouled in from distance. Only a wry smile, because the game's not done yet. But he enjoyed that. And everybody in the arena and watching around the world did see that. Back for the second half shortly. Second half in Jerusalem, moments away in the Basketball Champions League, with only one more round of games to come in the regular season. The race for second place is hotting up. It's certainly Jerusalem were certainly feels as if Jerusalem are intent on securing second spot tonight, leading by just the 19 points at the end of the half, 52-33, where they have dominated from three-point range. Dominated in most areas, to be fair. A 7 from 14 from the court from three-point range. You look at some of the stats there, make good reading. 3 from 4 Butler, 2 from 3 Jacobin Brown, Tamir Black, Feldine having a relatively quiet night actually, at least in shooting terms anyway. Black with 4 assists already. And when you have the presence of Stoudemire as well as Deshaun Thomas, they have got real ammunition. So who's going to take it up for Bamberg as we head back to the sidelines for one last time before the start of the second half? Bamberg, in contrast, 3 from 12. There have been various efforts from three-point range. Alinde, Stuckey and Heckman with just 1 3-point play apiece.
We run the head. Okay. Josh, you release pressure first and then you start. Try to start on the guard side, on the James side. Okay, so if they start small on that curve, we might have a post up. If we're big here and we don't have a mismatch, we go for the guard high pick and roll. We can go with screen also on the head.
So we're all set to go. Rice will be on the court. He picks up 2 early fouls. Didn't really got settled at any stage. Bamberg really up against it here. Rice, Harris, Heckman, Hickman and Rubit on the court. Here is Hickman towards Harris. The putback almost working out, but he still draws the foul. Let's see who it's called on, either Butler or Thomas. Harris then to the line. So vital that not just Harris and Rubit can start to disrupt things in the paint, but they've got to find some three-point presence. Butler it is who's called for the foul. Harris 2 from 2. Butler incidentally now with 2 personal fouls. Here's Tamir Black. From the rim. Oh, starting as he means to go on. Jerusalem with all the threat from the perimeter at the moment. Nothing that Bamberg have been able to do in that score until now, as Harris battling away with Butler. Hickman. Time running out. Oh, but Black's going to be called, I think, for a foul. Augustin Rubit. And this was Platz at his best. Nudge off the rim. Heckman from distance, yet another three-point play goes awry for the Germans. And there is Thomas with the dunk. Jerusalem playing with such a freedom, as they have done for most of this Basketball Champions League season. Hickman goes down a bit of a blind alley. Rice is going to try and help him bail it out, but he's got issues of his own under pressure from Feldine. And draws the foul for James Feldine. There's Thomas. Oh, what a play. Rice kicks back out towards Rice. Off the rim again. Blatt does it all himself. He was looking for a foul there as well, and he probably had a case too. Foul called on Feldine, I believe. As Rice just crossed the perimeter. Hickman unable to land down the paint, and Harris can't tip it in either. Not looking good for them so far, although Blatt's unable to find Thomas under the basket. Heckman from distance. It's Rubit who picks up the rebound. Oh, what a good spin. Fade away. Augustin Rubit, such a reliable player for Brose Bamberg. It's his fifth season in Germany at the moment. Ever willing to produce. Thomas with the fadeaway this time. Jerusalem nudging 60, 61 points. And we're still not even midway through the third quarter. On calls for their average at the moment. They make 90. Reese Rice steps back for three. Oh, finally. Felding swings it back to Blatt. This time unable to take it. And Owens gets the last touch on it before it goes out of play. Rice. He needs to do a little bit more for Brose Bamberg at the moment. 2 from 7 as Stoudemire comes in. Thomas steps out. Alinde in for Rubit on the Bamberg side. Should also say Jacobin Brown in for Sean Butler too. Off the rim from Harris. And it's Jacobin Brown back into it. Feldine all on his lonesome. How are Bamberg going to break the spell here? Rice unable to find range from three-point land. It'll be Jerusalem ball. Look at that. 8 from 17 in three-point range awful lot more than Bamberg. Flat out of the game, Ohio in for Jerusalem. Brown. They found Owens, who's done ever so well. Josh Owens really had to dig deep. Averaging 7.3 points per game in the Basketball Champions League, and rebounds too. So again, he's producing for his team and his coaching team. Brown at the top of the key. Away comes Rice for Bamberg, who, well, they've got to find some inspiration soon. Heckman, well, he'd done well to make that. He was almost attacked in the paint. Had to come through a Jerusalem wall there. Bamberg timeout. Still seeking some sort of break. They trail by 23, 4:53 to play in the third.
What I don't like that everybody's going by himself, on the court and off the court, because nobody's giving a shit of what happened. Nobody here is giving a shit. We have to care about ourselves, okay? It's clear for everybody. On offense, guys, fist up, two sides, house two, whatever you want. Just play and share the ball. Don't go soft. Move the ball side to side and touch closer. Guys, fuck the score. Fuck the score. It's for ourselves. We need to go out of this situation. Let's go.
Well, apologies for the language. If you're offended by the language, then Coach Borrego, I'm sure, would apologise too. However, can't deny the point he's making. It's a team of individuals right now. Stoudemire called for the foul on Heckman, by the way, so Heckman will go to the line. Stoudemire, incidentally, now with 3 personal fouls. Not that that will trouble Jerusalem greatly, leading by as many as they are, and indeed given the number of minutes that Stoudemire gives you. Jerusalem still producing the goods, 8 from 18 from 3-point range. 4 from 19 in contrast for Bamberg. Heckman though with both. Jerusalem able to probably run through the rotation at the moment. They've got Dijon to come in their final group game in France. Stoudemire with 4 points. Watch this again as Yahav slips it in, and Alinde unable to do anything about that. .65-42 it remains. I think another inconsequential play from Bamberg. Comes to nothing. Brown gets it back from Butler. High giving him the screen. Here's Stoudemire on the spin, and the one. And Murray Stoudemire once more. Harris with nowhere to go. And him being all the way up. Gets the step. And that's another foul on Harris's book. Look at that. 6 from 7. It is just a joy to see him still playing at the age of 35, given the knee trouble that he's had in his career. given they're retired, missed last season and has now come back. 3 fouls on Elias Harris as we see the official step in. It's going to be a call on Yahav for the looks of things. And it's all smiles for Romari right now. Hickman pulled out of the game. Daniel Schmidt replaces him. Alende though for the line for Bamberg, but we need to find something rather quickly here. Bamberg, incidentally, are at home to Nürnberg in the final game. Now, if they were to lose this, they'll be on 21 points, just a point ahead of Antwerp. So if they want to finish third in the group, and they'll need to make sure a victory against Nürnberg, who are 4 from 9 in the regular season. Nürnberg themselves trying to squeeze into a FIBA Europe Cup spot as well. Once more, we see Jerusalem dominant from three-point range. Yahav high end this time. Rice. Scrutiny from Brown, gets the ball away. Alende to Hackman for the corner. Looked good, and it is good. That'll give Coach Borrego some heart at least. Hackman into double digits now. Brown looking for Stoudemire, but turnover. It does look as if there's still going to be issues to play for next week. Who finishes third or fourth? Antwerp, incidentally, though, at Ike. May still need to win to be sure of finishing top of Group C themselves. Alexander, a foul called on Jacob Brown. He is seriously annoyed there. Just for your info, Dijon in 5th on 17, Linkabelis on 17, as are Nürnberg, 2 from 3, will make it into the FIBA Europe Cup. Brown call for a technical. Well, really can't complain. You've got to keep your mouth shut on occasions. Sometimes surprised there are so few technicals given out in a game. Brown now with 3 fouls, by the way. Taylor to the line. Alexander to the line, beg your pardon. Taylor making the free throw for the technical, of course. Get 4 fouls for Jacob Brown now. Butler coming off. Felding coming back in. I'd be surprised if Brown stayed out there. Well, he is staying out there for now, at least. Jerusalem up by 20. 2 minutes 30 to play in this third quarter. Brose Brown. Screen from Stoudemire. Floats it up. 4 from 6 now from the field. And Brown into double figures. Butler, by the way, stepping out for Jerusalem. Schmidt. Taylor. Corner waiting for it. Slips it to Alexander. Felding. He's had a quiet night so far. Can he turn up the heat now? Alexander guarding him closely. So it's back with Brown, round the back to Yahav. Here is Feldin. That's Feldin's sort of range as well. Feldin in there defensively, and that's brilliant. Back to Stonemar. Hope he's okay afterwards as well. There he is. Going into the seats at speed there as there's a bit of a pushing and shoving contest with between Feldin and Brown rather, and Alinde. Here it is again. Nice Taylor call for the foul. It's not a happy man at the moment, and I think the coach Kilaj is just taking him out, just to get him out of there. The officials are going to take another look at it, seeing whether there was anything flagrantly wrong with it. Hand went up for Taylor, and then Taylor reaching in. Just going to see if there was anything else in there as well. Linde's claiming that there was a forearm into the face, which, if it was true, would see Brown ejected, I would think. And there we are. Alexander called for an unsportsmanlike foul. Brown is called for a disqualifying foul. Well, not sure that the officials have quite got that right. But he's been a very angry man for the last few minutes, Jacob Brown, and he's sent back to the locker room. And that is his race run. 1:17 to play in the third quarter. Bart Timor coming on for him. And all rather unnecessary. Alexander taken out of the game as well. At least for now. He's on 2 fouls. Okay, we'll take a breather too. Schmidt for 2. Just inside the perimeter, stuck in by the way for Alinde. Again, the movement so good from Jerusalem as we see Stuckey call for a foul on Feldin. Slowly working that margin down at the moment, Bamberg. Not to anything threatening right now as we see another change by coach Kitash, and Rice is out of the game as well, of course, now. Black's bounce pass to Stonemar, drives it up with power, can't find the basket, but he is sent to the floor and sent packing. A little bit of niggle in this game now. As Rubik is called for the foul there. Let's watch this again. Bamberg still with a team foul to give, albeit with a 46.8 seconds to play in this third quarter. Rubik's first foul. Lead was at one stage 26. Stretches it back out to 19 for Jerusalem. Schmidt for Bamberg. Stuckey. Doesn't take Stottlemyre on. Gets it back to Schmidt. Here's Rubit. As it ripped from him by Stottlemyre, but the foul is called on the veteran.
Number 1,
That's his fourth foul, by the way. Just reached in at the last moment. Stottlemyre will step out. I don't know how much game time he'll actually have in this final quarter. Rubit with 2. They'd rather stem the bleeding in this third quarter. Still a long way to go for Bamberg, but they currently lead at 24-22 in the third. Now by 17. Here's Blatt. Had a couple of extra points at least. Feldy. Stuckey right in his face, and he's done well there as Maurice Stuckey. Rubit has to make the layup and draws the foul as well. Well, that's not the worst ending for Brose Bamberg. Let's watch the break again. Heckman and Selfish finds Rubit. And it's only Yahav who's drawn for the foul, and this would, well, it would cut the cap to 14. So important, though, they can keep Jerusalem out. There is still time. Oh, here's Yahav, makes up for the foul. And an easy dunk too, but it's not going to count. Officials are just going to double check. He doesn't need the intervention of the kids behind him, mind you. Let's watch this again. And I think it's a great call. Just before, it's a great call. Credit to the game crew. And it's just a few inches above the basket as time expires. No basket. Quite right. And a very good decision. Which means at the end of the third quarter, it is Jerusalem 74, Bamberg 60. Whilst Bamberg haven't quite got the level they want from three-point land, it has got a little bit better for them in that third quarter. And they've won it by 5. Rubit's been involved. We'll look at more detail on the box score. Rubit with 12. 6 from 7 from the line, but 3 from 6 from the court. Heckman's got 10 now, 3 from 5. And Alinde, he's made both, but has drawn fouls to produce 5 from 6 from the line. Such a disappointment though once again to see Rice struggle on the road. 2 from 8, just 5 points to his name. Should also mention Ricky Hickman's 4 assists as well. Final quarter then underway. And a turnover already. No, foul called. But it's going to be called on Thomas, I think. And just important that Jerusalem don't let Bamberg back into this. Let's watch this again. It's a great steal. Just after he got it, Thomas, just with the little tug back. And it's called as unsportsmanlike as well. Not an unfair decision either by the officials. They're having overall a pretty good night. Thomas now on 4 fouls, by the way. So too is Stottlemyre. Jacob Brown out the game too. Just cuts the gap to 12. And of course it'll be Bamberg ball. Heckman, Rubik, Schmidt stuck in, Taylor on the court. For Bamberg, there's another turnover though. Just when the Germans didn't need it. Blatt. Thomas. Reaching in there is Schmidt. Or is it Stuckey? We'll find out. The director concentrating on Schmidt there. 6.5 does the other, but that looks almost an attack from behind, doesn't it? Daniel Schmidt, his first foul. And once again, the officials having to consult with the game crew. Another earnest conversation. I think they may be just checking to see whether Owens had actually created space for himself illegally. But the foul is called on Bamberg. Nothing obvious that the officials can spot there. And Owens this time locked in combat with Stuckey. They are determined to keep Jerusalem out, and while Coach Perego was very critical of his players early on in that third quarter, and it worked as well. They're certainly working in defence very strongly indeed. Thomas then with the inbounds play. Timur. Blatt. Has a moment, has space. Can't convert it. Now then, three-point play gets Bamberg back into a single-digit margin. Here's Schmidt. Rubitz. Hackman's there. But he has drawn the foul from Owens, and Coach Katesh gets called for a technical. He's been looking more and more irate the last few moments. Not quite as much as the fans behind him, mind you. This game getting a little bit lively. The atmosphere always lively in Jerusalem. Sean Butler's got to be careful as well. Listen to the noise now in the arena. Not that Bryce Taylor can hear anything. Ice like an approach. You wouldn't cross this man, mind you. Ooh. He would make some security guard, wouldn't he? Taylor makes both. Timur, though, was called for the foul. There's the reach in. That's 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other. And I'm not sure Katash had the best view of it, necessarily. All 3 free throws made. We're back to a 9-point game. This is not impossible. We're still to play 9 minutes. Timur from the corner. Jerusalem needed that. That'll settle a few nerves. But quickly come Bamberg. Schmidt. Everything needs to go their way to give themselves a chance here, but it's not impossible. Whereas middle of the third quarter, you were thinking how many they would concede as Rubik finds 2 with the hook shot. Bryce Taylor in there reaching for him. Everybody calling for a foul in red, at least anyway. Tamir Blatt. 10-point game. Thomas surrounded by Bamberg players. Foul called, I think, on Rubik. Or is it Schmidt? Frankly, it could have been 2 or 3 players there. Bamberg foul count, by the way. Schmidt on 3. Stuckey on 3. And Taylor on 2. It looks as if it could be Schmidt. It is Schmidt. Thomas to the line, though. 11 points now for him. 5 from 5, incidentally, from the court. Coach Kacho still hardly the life and soul of the party. 11-point game. This could yet get even more intriguing. Do not go away. Remember, though, to follow the website. Basketball Champions League website to keep up to date on everything as Taylor makes a crucial 2. 9-point game. Strong defense needed from Bamberg, though, throughout as Black goes flying. No call made. Aiming for Owens. Superb. Jerusalem just keeping their noses in front now. You'd expect them to be ahead in terms of points to the paint. That's no surprise. Schmidt, Stuckey, Thomas in a right old battle with Rubit. Let's watch this again. Rubit backing into Thomas. Thomas making sure he can't get out. All sorts of fun and games. That was nice from Owens, and even better from Tamir Black. 4 team fouls called on Bamberg. Rubin. He's been pulled out of the game, by the way. He's on 2 fouls. Elias Harrison, Schmidt out of the game too. Rice is coming too. Still with Jerusalem ball. Timeout called, though. Still no sign that Stoudemire might return. Jerusalem want to take the break. Let's see what Coach Katash's mood is like and whether his demeanour has improved.
Just got it here, just got the ball. Okay, Mar, you stay here, and there you stay here. Okay?
Well, bear in mind that at one stage Bamberg were down by 26 in the 3rd quarter. They got it back to 11. They could still do this, but they need everything to go their way. They need turnovers like that to fall into a German hand. Here's Black for Jerusalem. Looking for Owens, the spin, and the hook shot no good. 7 minutes remaining. Rice. Stuckey urging Rice to get further up the court. He's going to take it on himself. Needs some help, though, from Harris. Stuckey puts it up. That's what the boy can do. Huge 3. 8-point game. Now Black in response. Oh, magnificent. Point and counterpoint. Still an 11-point margin as Stuckey loses it for now. Need more three-point plays like that one from Stuckey Bamberg. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Rice loses it. Far too ineffectual for a man of his quality. But there's Owens watching on. Magnificent once more from these magnificent men in black. And they're just turning it on enough just to keep Bamberg at arm's length, which is what Rice is doing to Timor. Inside to Harris, does well to hold on to it. Heckman for three. Where are these three-point plays coming from Bamberg? They've needed them all night. Two in very, very quick succession. But it's got to be strong in defense too. Here's Blatt with Harris. Like an absolute hawk. But Blatt doesn't give a monkeys. Tamir Blatt looking so good. 4 from 8 as Rice draws the foul and gets the layup too. He wasn't short and still isn't short. He still doesn't quite know what's happened. Timor has been called for the foul, but it came after this. Blatt almost toying with Harris. Sharpshooter indeed. Five from 9 for the field, Tamir Blatt, 14 points. White, a second half from him. Stuckey all the way. Got to make sure Harris is there as the backstop. 11 points. Blatt. All the ways blocked, and Bamberg come away with it, still trained by 11. That's a great bit of possession from Harris. And this time it's Hickman. Eight-point game. They're just running out of time though here, Bamberg. 4:30 to play. Hayan. Blatt, inevitably. Thomas, Stoudemire all on his own. Can't find the basket, but draws the foul from Alinde. Suddenly it's raining threes from Bamberg. Hickman now 1 from 3. Reese Rice 1 from 6. But Hackman has been the main threat, 3 from 5, as Stoudemire goes to the line. There's a man who will need to go deep in this tournament. Has to be at the club in future. Still suggestions that other candidates are being looked at by the hierarchy at Brose Bamberg. Stoudemire is human, but Alinde had a foot out of bounds. And Jerusalem will get another go. Just what they don't need. Fell down. The foul is caught, I think, on Hickman, who took a bit of a blow for his troubles as well. Just in terms of the foul count, Harris on 3. This is Stuckey for Bamberg. Rice on 2. Schmidt also on 3, so they're not really in any trouble. As for Jerusalem, as Feldine goes to the line. Blatt, by the way, what a game he's had. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. It's Stoudemire on 4. Brown fouled out, of course. Thomas out of the game on 4. Nobody else really in any real danger. Back to 11. Now Bamberg would love to get just to within 5 fouls, put a little bit of pressure on. Stuckey. Rice. He's got to do more. Rice for 3. That's more like it. Therese Rice. Just 3 from 9 so far. 8 points to his name. Hyan. Ooh, draws the foul, I think, from Harris, or is that a Linde? But Therese Rice, that is what he does so well. Step back, gives himself an extra few centimetres, and that's enough. Bamberg now in foul trouble, and there's an extra factor to give Jerusalem confidence they can see this out, as they should really, from this point with 3:45 to play. Hapoel makes both. 10-point game. Rice Harris now on 4 fouls. Staying out there. Linde. Got to get some help pretty soon, and he's lost it. Here's Butler, and that might just give Jerusalem a little bit more room than Bamberg can handle. Timeout called. It's 95-83, and these high-scoring talents from Israel are just turning it on for the home fans now. Butler with 15 points. Timeout called by Bamberg.
We play some defense offense lineup, so we will stay in there. Josh is taking the lead. Okay, Josh is taking the lead. We still have 1 to give. Hello, everybody above them.
Okay, Ricky's here. Bolívar here. Luis, Vegas, Elias, we go, Bo. Hey, try to attack, and I still have to pick up against the mind. Let's go.
Amazing number of 3-pointers made in these final minutes of the game. It makes you wonder where Bamberg were in the first 3 quarters. 9 from 24. There's 4 already in this final quarter. Still catching up though. 11 from 23, Jerusalem. It's not unusual, incidentally, these number of points for Jerusalem. They had 111 against Nürnberg last week, excuse me. As Hyan steps in ahead of Hickman. And here comes Jerusalem once more. Feldy. Keeping away from Rice, a Linde in his face. Thomas, long range 2, no good. Away comes Rice. Thought about the 3, but in the end over the top to Harris for the dunk. Steps away from Thomas. Back to a 10-point game. Hyan. Butler. We fancy Jerusalem to finish in triple digits here. There's still 2:35 to play. Time running out on the shot clock though. Here's Butler from the corner. Off the iron, Stuckey with the rebound. Oh, but then immediately loses it. Hyan gathers it. Thomas. And they're quite happy to just take their own sweet time now. Dijon to come in France next week. As Thomas loses it off his thigh. It'll be Bamberg ball. That's how frustrating that can be, doesn't it, Sean Thomas? 11 points, 3 assists, 4 personal fouls to his name. But it's been another comprehensive all-round performance from Hapoel Jerusalem. Only question is, do they have enough to take on the likes of Ike on a regular basis? and others. Of course, they did win in Greece in the first game of the competition. Jerusalem lost at home and beat pretty comprehensively, 83-70 as well. Thomas, all on his own. They are a delight to watch. Belinde. Here's Harris. Drops it in quite nicely. Don't want Bamberg to stay in touch here. Stoudemire's going to come on for the last 90 seconds or so. Sean Thomas has worked very hard indeed. That's a great rebound, isn't it? Looks good on the camera at least. And then he's all the way back to the other end of the court. What a good acquisition he's been, the boy from Las Vegas. Black for three. You know the result. Another good display for him, and there is the century. Hickman did well with a hook shot, almost making the basket. But Butler will be called for the foul. Arizona comes back in. It's a defeat for Bamberg, and now they've just got to make sure that they win their remaining game against Nürnberg to be absolutely certain of finishing in third spot. Antwerp have to go to white, and there'll just be a point between them going into the final round of games. Of course, it doesn't really matter because Antwerp have been beaten on the two occasions that they've beaten Bamberg so far. Here's Timor for the corner. Oh, once again, that three-point range is so sweet for the men from Israel. The last rites being carried out here. Stoudemire has done his bit. Such a popular man in these parts. As you'd expect, there's not many owners in whatever sport that get receptions like that. He doesn't need to do an awful lot outside this court to get receptions like this. It's a privilege to watch players like this. One last play from Jerusalem, you would think. Black with the top to Thomas. And now it's the youngster, Hapoel, born in Melbourne. He's had very limited minutes. Gets an opportunity here. And these men from Bamberg will now know they have to take on a second-placed team when we get to the playoffs a little later in the season. Hickman, alley-oop, can't be finished off by Alexander, and not even second time either. Hapoel gets the block on, and that is that. Terrific win for Hapoel Jerusalem, 103-89, and it's second place secured in Group C. and they will be very dangerous opponents come the playoffs with Blatt, Stoudemire, and so many more options in the locker as well. There's your final stats. Something of a turnaround in three-point range for Bamberg, 4 of them in the final quarter, but it just shows the paucity of quality that they had in the first 3 quarters. Jerusalem doing enough offensively off the boards. Turnovers, well, not much in that between the two teams. But Stoudemire once again the star. And Jerusalem would be Jerusalem with just him on the books. Tamir Blatt, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Sean Thomas, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists of his own. There we go. Mentions for Rubik, Harris and Hackman too. Butler, 15 points. Brown, 10 points before he was ejected from the game. Midway through the third quarter. No one is going to enjoy taking on these sharpshooters from Jerusalem in the white heat of the Jerusalem arena. Let's give you a few key moments of a very entertaining game at times, even though both of these teams had already qualified long before we had tip-off inside the arena. That was the incident that saw Brown's last action in the game. Forearm to the chest of Alinde was enough to see him pick up a 5th foul. So much presence in the paint for Jerusalem and so much option to choose from outside as well. Have they got the quality to go deep? If they reach a Final Four, they will certainly have to maintain the levels that they did in the opening game at the Basketball Champions League season when they beat the defending champions out. Or have they got enough to worry the likes of Besiktas, Bologna perhaps? And when you look at one or two of the other groups, Tenerife, Murcia, UCAM looking very good in Group A. And with Tamir Blatt, whose celebrations are almost as good as his shooting. He's got a weapon outside to match with very many players across Europe. Coach Katash picked up a technical, by the way, when it was getting tight. Remember, they led by more than 20 at one stage at Jerusalem. Closest, I think, in the stretch that Bamberg could get was 8. But they didn't lead for many moments, just 3 minutes and 25 seconds of the game, so you can't say that they were unlucky. And Jerusalem march on to the playoffs. They'll have Dijon to play in France next week, but they're certain now of at least second spot in the playoffs. And they are now, as you can see, level on points with Ike, and who knows, they may even outpoint Ike, who host Antwerp in the final game. Antwerp now can't catch Bamberg unless, of course, Bamberg were to, well, if Bamberg lose, Antwerp would miss out on third spot because of the head-to-heads. But it's going to be a fascinating playoff picture when the draw is made for the knockout stages. I'm sure you can't wait. Keep up to date on the Basketball Champions League website and also the app as well. Pleasure to bring you this one on behalf of the rest of the FIBA team. Thanks for joining us. Myself, Chris Edgerton, will bid you farewell from your latest game in the Basketball Champions League.